Welcome students to Unit 2 Algae. We are going to study the module Morphology of Spirogyra, module number 26. I am Mrs. Manjri Barve, Associate Professor in Botany at DCT's Dempe College, Panaji, Goa. We are going to study the classification of Spirogyra as well as the morphology of Spirogyra. At the end of this module, you will learn to classify Spirogyra, you will understand the external structure of Spirogyra, and you will be able to identify the Spirogyra filaments under the microscope. Let us start with the classification of Spirogyra. It belongs to division Chlorophyta because it is a grass green algae with chlorophyll A, B, keratin and xanthophylls. Belongs to class Chlorophyceae and the reasons are same as I told you for Chlorophyta. Belongs to order Zygomatales because at any point of time there are no flagellated reproductive cells seen in this algae. It belongs to family Zygomatacea because it has unbranched filamentous algae with cylindrical cells which are placed one next to the other. And we are going to study genus Spirogyra. Coming to the filaments as they look under the microscope. See, on the left hand side you can see actually a microscope photograph where we have clicked Spirogyra filaments under a compound microscope, and you can see that the cells are touching one next to the other and they are green, grass green in color. The other picture is a enlarged structure where you can see the chloroplast pigment in the cells. The occurrence of the Spirogyra filament, it comprises of about 300 species. Most of them are free floating algae. Commonly they are found floating in fresh water resources like ponds, lakes, ditches, etc., and some are also found in slow running stream or river. Some species are attached to the substratum by means of rhizoids. The structure is formed by arrangement of cylindrical cells head to head in a single row with a mucilaginous sheath. Because of this mucilaginous sheath that is present on its exterior surface, the common name given to this alga is water silk or pond scums. Let us come to the morphology or the external features of this alga Spirogyra. It occurs as extensive masses of slimy bright green free floating alga. The vegetative structure or plant body is known as thallus. Students, you must be knowing the meaning of the word thallus, where the plant body is not well differentiated into root, stem and leaves. Thus, this thallus is a filamentous structure. Thallus consists of long, slender, thread-like, unbranched filaments which occur in dense clusters, and the filaments are slimy to touch on account of their outer walls being mucilaginous. This is how the thallus looks. Here you can see, students, that there are cells which are longer in their length as compared to the breadth, and you can see the chloroplast pigment which is moving in a spiral pattern, because of which the alga gets its name Spirogyra. Let us come to a single cell structure. The outer structure of the cell is made up of a cell wall which is basically of two layers. Thus, as it is of two layers, you have an outer layer made up of pectin and the inner layer made up of cellulose. Outside this pectinous layer, because this pectin gets mixed up with the water, it forms a mucilaginous sheath and gives that typical slippery or slimy texture. The inner surface of the cell wall is lined with a thin layer of protoplasm enclosing a large central vacuole filled with cell sap. In the protoplasm are embedded variable number of chloroplasts depending on the species. Each chloroplast is in the form of a conspicuous green spiral band with toothed edges, and the genus derives its name because of the spiral arrangement of the chloroplasts. Each chloroplast is bespotted with large pyrenoids. There is a single large nucleus suspended in the middle of the cell by cytoplasmic strands. So, in this picture you are seeing only the cell wall structure. You can see that there are clearly earmarked 3 layers. The outermost layer, which is formed by the pectin, which has mixed with the water and it forms a mucilaginous sheath. Then actually the middle layer is the pectinous layer, or actually the outer layer of the cell, and then you have the inner layer, which is cellulosic cell wall. Inside this, inside the cellulosic cell wall, you will have the presence of the cytoplasm along with the cell inclusions. The protoplasm consists of semi-permeable plasma membrane, peripheral cytoplasm, round central nucleus and a large central vacuole filled with fluids. Each cell has one or more spirally coiled ribbon-like chloroplasts towards the periphery in the cytoplasm. Chloroplasts are with many pyrenoids. The pyrenoids are bodies which have a protein molecule which lies in the center surrounded by starch. As it has got proteins as well as the starch material, obviously it is the reserve food material of this alga. Here you can see 2 pictures, one which is showing you the diagrammatic representation of a single cell, and the other one is actually how it looks under the microscope. So, you can see all the cell structures, that is outermost is the cell wall, then you have the chloroplast which is ribbon like and it is moving spirally within the cell wall. You have a nucleus there, that dark cloudy thing that you can see in the right diagram, that is the nucleus, and this nucleus hangs in the center of the cell with the help of cytoplasmic strands. Now, these cytoplasmic strands cannot be seen in the photograph because this photograph has been taken under a compound microscope, and to see the cytoplasmic strands you require a higher magnification. Arranged on the chloroplast, you can see the fluorescent bodies which are present in the photograph. Those fluorescent structures are the pyrenoid bodies which are placed at an equidistant distance on the chloroplast, and then the central core of the cell has a cytoplasm. Now, let us come to the salient features of this alga. It is a free living green alga, free floating, silky masses, slimy to touch, thallus filamentous, long hair like, unbranched, no base and no apex. Filaments with long cylindrical cells placed end to end in a row. All cells in the filament are similar in structure, function and independent of each other. Each cell has cell wall enclosing the protoplast. Cell wall has 2 layers, inner cellulose and outer pectose, covered with a mucilaginous sheath that gives the alga that slimy feel. Protoplast is differentiated into plasma membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, central vacuole, 1 or 2 chloroplasts with pyrenoid bodies. The cytoplasm forms a large central vacuole containing the cell sap. A single large nucleus is surrounded by a tiny mass of cytoplasm, remains suspended in the center of the vacuole by a number of cytoplasmic strands. And the chloroplast is green and spiral bands. It bears a number of pyrenoids equidistant of each other. So, students, these are the references. Thank you so much.